Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me today on another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a dbrand skin install on my brand new Pixel 2. So I went back and forth between a case and a skin for this phone for a couple of days, and what I finally decided was that this phone is already kind of heavy and bulky-ish, and I didn't want to add more bulk with a case. Not to mention that the case options for the Pixel 2 aren't that good in the first place. So I decided, you know what, a dbrand skin is the best way to go, and I decided to try something new. So what I did was I picked up the brand new Red Dragon skin, and I paired it with the classic Black Dragon skin, and an accent of the Black Dragon for the Google logo. So I'm not sure how it's going to come out. I just ordered it randomly. I also have the classic Panda look as well. So if this doesn't look that good, I can always change it up. But let's hope that this looks good, and let me know what you guys think about the final result. So let's get right into it. As usual, first thing you want to do is clear off your table, make sure there's no loose bits and stuff. So what I'm going to be doing is, for now, I'm going to be putting away these two to the side, because when I use the hairdryer, it'll blow everything all over the place, and I don't want these two to get misplaced. So once that's done, what you want to do is take the microfiber cloth that dbrand so kindly provides you with, and start to just make sure the phone is clean, no dust, no dirt, nothing on it. Make sure there's no scratches anywhere. I mean, if there's scratches, you're screwed anyways, but at least make sure that there's nothing that is that can't be removed on the phone. So just make sure everything's cleaned up. So right here, I got the sides cleaned, everything. And this is the precision fit, so it's going to be the entire skin all around. So what I'm going to be doing is, how you have to do this install is, what you do is you start off by taking the skin off of the paper, placing it like this onto the skin back again. At this point, what you're going to want to do is align the bottom portion. So the bottom of the skin should come about and line up with the USB Type-C charger port, and there's a mic right here. So what you want to do is make sure that these two are aligned. So let me just do that real quickly. All right. So the cutout for the mic is quite generously sized, so it's not a precision fit, so you don't have to worry about it being an exact fit. The USB-C is a little bit more perfectly cut out. However, make sure that the top is aligned straight, and you want to make sure that none of it is on the chamfered edges there. All right, there you go. Once you have the skin aligned, what you want to do is you just want to gently place it there, and without moving your grip, just start to crease it around the corner, around the edges. Make sure that it sits, and just kind of place it in. And once that is done, what you're going to do is put the phone back down towards you, lift the skin back up, and what you want to do is, oh great, make sure that you use the non-sticky side. So this side was sticky for me. The non-sticky side, put it under the phone, and what you're going to do is, since this is a little bit too big, I'm going to fold it a little bit and place it under the skin, and make sure that you align it with the camera. I'm sorry, the fingerprint scanner. So let me just do that. So you can stretch this out. You don't have to be gentle. You can kind of stretch it out and make sure that it aligns perfectly. You shouldn't see anything beyond the ring of the fingerprint scanner, and once you have that in place, the camera and the mic should align perfectly, and you just shouldn't have any issues with those two. So okay, so I am having a little bit of a issue with the flash. It's not aligning right, so let me just pull it a little bit, and there we go. Actually, not bad. A decent fitment. No, you know what? No, scratch that. Let me lift it up again, give it a little bit more pull here, because I didn't like the fitment. I felt that it was a little bit too low. So let me pull it up here. See how this one worked out? Okay, seems a lot better. Aligning it. All right, seems to be a much better fit right off the bat. Boom. All right, what you want to do here now is just apply pressure center outwards, and then just get rid of the paper right at the bottom. Pull it out, and you should have a fit right there. All right, now push outwards from here. Make sure that there are no bubbles. And the next step in this process would be the top of the skin. So now break out the hairdryer, and what I'm going to be doing is, at this point, we will be heating up the top flap, make sure that it's a little bit softer. We're going to bend it over the top, make sure that it aligns with the top of the phone right here. And once that's done, we'll move on. Make sure that the mic aligns. So, all right, so the skin is actually, it seems to be a little bit short for me. So all you have to do is just heat up the skin and you'll be getting a better fit. All right, so the top is a little bit problematic here for me because initially it was too short, then I stretched it out. It's become a little bit too long now. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try to heat it back up and see if I can make it work. So this is going to happen. Make sure that you guys don't, and as you guys can see, I made a little bit of a mistake here by pulling too hard near the camera. So I have a little bit of crease here. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try to heat it back up, try to fix it, and let's see how that works out. So as you guys saw, a little bit of heat fixed the stretch issue right away, and everything is looking a lot better immediately. Let me just push it all down and see how it worked. And voila. All right, not bad. So don't worry if you guys make a mistake. Since it is a skin, you can just heat it back up and try again. So there we go. So let's move on to the next part, and what you're going to want to do here is now heat up the corners, not the flaps, the corners. And what you want to do is you're going to have to set those down. So let me heat up all 4 corners, set them down, and get right back to you guys. Alright guys, so now that I have all 4 of the corners nice and shaped around the device, next part of this would be to heat up the device again on the corners. Make sure that these set onto the sides properly. Again, make sure that you guys are gentle and make sure that you don't heat up the flaps, because the flaps are going to be the last part of this install. So I'm just going to start off with this side, and with this part you guys can see that this bit is very thin. I'm not sure the camera's picking it up. Right near the SIM card tool, this bit is very thin, so be very gentle with it. If you apply too much pressure or heat to it, I'm fairly certain that it will just cut off or break, so be careful with that. Alright, and when it comes to the sides, always start from the center outwards. And right near the SIM card tool, what you want to do is just gently tap the SIM card, the cutout for the SIM card in place. Don't be aggressive with that. And for the rest of the part, just from the bottom out, and just move towards the edges. And you should be good. If you see that the skin isn't aligning, just kind of heat it up again, pull it over, and make sure it works. So for me, the side seems to be pretty good. All right, let me move on and let's see how the other side. So the other side, same thing with the buttons. Be gentle, do not be aggressive, because if you are a little bit hasty and try to, I don't know, but if you are aggressive, you're gonna end up damaging those. So let me just very carefully heat these up and get to it. All right, again, same theory. What you want to do is this time start from between the power and volume buttons, and again gently tap the tops of those into place with your finger. Just smoothly run your fingers over it, and the rest, again, same part, curl it over the edges like this, and you should be good to go. Let me move on now to what is decidedly maybe one of the harder parts of the skin installs, and that is these flaps. Now again, I've said in many of the skin install videos that the flaps are really what make the device's final fit and finish come to life. So what I'm going to be doing is taking my time with this. I've told you guys many times before, and I'll just repeat it now. What you're going to do here is heat up the flap, and because this is a lot easier, this device shouldn't be too much of a problem. Heat up the flap and gently start to tap it into place. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to have to pull the tab a little bit here to make it fit onto the top, because as you guys can see, if I put this top right here, there's still a little bit of gap, and that's going to be there. That's natural. So what you're going to need to do is heat them up and once you heat them up, they'll become a little bit softer, so you can pull it and align it perfectly so that it doesn't look like there's any gap. It looks like it is one full skin. So let me just heat it up and let's get to it. Alright guys, so I have successfully managed to get all these corners perfectly in place. However, there are a few rough edges and patches which I'm going to be now fixing with the microfiber cloth that Dbrand does provide. So what you're going to do is just heat up the places where you do see rough edges a little bit and rub it over with this microfiber cloth, and that way they will smooth out perfectly. Alright, once you have all these corners nice and smoothed out, I would come to say that this install is about 90% over. If you have the glass piece as I do and the Google logo, that's going to be a separate step. So let's move on, and before I do that, let me just quickly rub over the edges and smooth them out as Dbrand recommends. So let's get right to that. Alright guys, so once you have smoothed over all these edges and make sure that everything is neat and clean, what you can move on to is, now if you have the glass back, what you can do is start off with that. And if you guys don't have a glass back cover, I'll include a link in the description down below to tell you exactly what time to jump to get to the Google installation, the logo installation. So here's the glass part. Very simple. All you have to do is remove it and align it with the camera. So all you got to do is align it with the camera. You just put it right on top of the skin. Make sure that none of the red is visible so that it looks like, all right, there you go. Then what you do is right towards the center, apply pressure. Don't apply pressure yet towards the sides. All right, make sure it's all perfect and correctly in place. And what you're going to want to do is at this point start to just tap everything in, even towards the edges. And now the edges, what you're going to need to do is heat them up and then set them down. So what I'm going to be doing is heating these up now one by one, and you guys can see exactly what I'm going to be doing. Similar to the previous thing guys, from inside to out towards the edges, and you'll be good to go. All right, there we go. So I do see some, again, imperfections there. All you have to do now is take your microfiber cloth, heat it up once again, and just rub it with the microfiber cloth, and you should have a very smooth install. So let me just do that. Alright, now the last part, just the bottom, rub it again 15 to 20 times or however many times you want to make sure that it feels a little bit more part of the skin instead of feeling like it's sitting on top. Now this part, however much you try, it's not going to be perfect because it is obviously one skin sitting on top of another, but you can get a pretty decent result. Alright, feels pretty good. Does not feel too bad. Looks pretty good too. So for the last part of this install, let's move on to the Google logo install. So for me, I got the black dragon to match. It's actually so subtle that you won't be even able to tell. All you got to do is, there's 3 sizes included. The rightmost will be the most biggest one, and then there's a medium size and a small size. What Dbrand recommends is you start off with the largest one and then move on. So there's 9 of them in total, so you don't have to worry about messing them up. So what I'm going to be doing is, as they recommend, I'm going to be moving with the first one. Let me just remove this, and I'll show you guys exactly what it looks like, because this black dragon is so tough. I can't see it even here, so I know for a fact that the camera won't pick it up. So let me try to get this one out without breaking it or ripping it apart. So these are on there pretty well, so just be a little bit rough and just get it out as you need to. Don't worry if you do mess up, you have 2 more. So now we have the G logo cut out, as you guys can see here. Let me just focus that let me focus that for you guys on screen. So there you guys go. You can tell the G is on there. Let me just put my skin against it so you guys can see it better. So what you're going to want to do now is just try to position it into place and make sure that this is the right size. If it is too big, all you have to do is take it out, try again, get the right one. And I think this is going to be perfect for me. It's come out. All right. and it's done. So this is I went for the stealthy look. I thought about going for the accent, or I thought about going for the Google logo, the multicolor Google logo, but I thought that this would look very subtle, and it kind of reflects my taste. The red itself is a little bit too shouty for me, but this looks pretty good. So let me just rub it in and make sure it's flat. You can always apply a little bit of heat and make sure that everything sets in properly. So let me just apply the heat and see how the final result is. Save these in case the G falls off. So these are very helpful. There's like a ton of them. So in case your Google logo does fall off at some point in the future, you don't have to worry about them. So let me just heat it up. There we go. All right, gonna rub it in. Boom, we're done. Looks really good. All right, and just the last, so let me just show you guys the final device. So, looks really good. The red dragon is actually very nice. It's a lot more shinier than the black one, if that makes sense. It reflects a lot more light, so I like that about it. The grip feels good. It's a lot better than before. I mean, the Pixel 2 does have a grippy back, but I just didn't like that weird plastic metal mix feeling. I don't know why. It just didn't sit right with me. This feels a little bit better. So that's a wrap for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you did get a skin, what kind of combination you decided to get. There's so many with a Pixel that is just kind of mind-blowing. It took me so long to decide on this one. So let me know down in the comments below. Stay subscribed for more content like this. Hit that bell icon to stay up to date with my uploads. And follow me on social media. I upload all the behind-the-scenes stuff of all these installs and stuff, so you don't want to miss out on that. All the links down in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.